Have you ever noticed how some people seem to have a natural magnetism that attracts those they desire? The secret doesn't lie in manipulative techniques or being the most attractive person in the room. In reality, true seduction occurs when you deeply understand female psychology and know how to create genuine connections. What truly attracts women goes far beyond physical appearance. It's something any man can learn and master. Today, I will reveal 7 proven tips that will completely transform your ability to charm and captivate any woman. These strategies have already helped thousands of men find the love of their lives, and now it's your turn to discover how to apply them. Female psychology is a complex and fascinating territory that goes far beyond what the eyes can see. Understanding how women perceive seduction is like unraveling a secret code that can completely transform your dating skills. Women are not simply attracted by muscles or outward appearance, but by a sophisticated combination of emotional and sensory elements. Female desire is primarily activated by imagination and experiences that stimulate all the senses. Unlike men, who are often visually stimulated, women need a more elaborate approach. They seek a connection that transcends the physical, diving into the realm of deep emotions and feelings. Truly seductive communication transcends superficial comments about beauty. It represents a subtle dance of attention, understanding, and appreciation. When a woman feels that she is truly understood at her core, not just in her appearance, something magical happens. She opens up to romantic possibilities. Imagine seduction as a complex movie where every gesture, word, and glance contributes to the narrative. There is no one script, but rather a unique composition that involves emotional harmony, respect, and genuine interest. Women are multidimensional beings who value authentic connections over fleeting impressions. The key is to create an environment where she feels completely comfortable exploring her femininity and vulnerability. This means developing active listening skills, demonstrating genuine interest in her stories, dreams, and perspectives. Every conversation is an opportunity to build an emotional bridge that goes far beyond initial physical attraction. Understanding female psychology means recognizing that seduction is a delicate art of awakening emotions, creating expectations, and establishing a deep connection. It's not about manipulative techniques, but about honest communication that values the individuality and essence of each woman. When you truly understand these principles, you completely transform your approach. You stop being just another suitor and become someone capable of connecting in a unique and special way, awakening genuine and powerful interest and admiration from women. Body language represents an extremely powerful and often underestimated channel of communication in the art of seduction. Long before words are spoken, the body is already conveying profound and revealing messages about your intentions and emotional state. A confident and secure posture acts as a true magnet for female interest. When a man maintains an upright posture with shoulders back and fluid movements, he automatically awakens a perception of security and attractiveness. Eye contact in this context functions as a fundamental element. A direct yet non-invasive gaze can establish an instant connection that transcends the verbal. Subtle gestures can provoke unexpected reactions. A genuine smile that reaches the eyes and demonstrates authenticity communicates much more than 1,000 elaborate words. The way you occupy the space around you also conveys volumes of information. Calculated but natural movements can spark curiosity and interest. Respecting personal space is equally crucial. Physical closeness should be built gradually, allowing the woman to feel comfortable and secure. It's not about invading, but rather creating an atmosphere of connection where every movement is calculated and respectful. Subtle facial expressions, micro-expressions that reveal genuine emotions, also function as powerful elements of seduction. A sidelong glance, a half smile, or a slightly raised eyebrow can provoke an interesting tension and awaken female curiosity. Body synchronization also acts as a seductive tool. When you can unconsciously mirror some movements and expressions of the woman you are interacting with, it creates an almost magnetic rapport. This phenomenon generates a deep sense of connection and mutual understanding. Every movement, every gesture, every glance is a brushstroke in a complex painting of seduction. Body language does not lie. It reveals profound truths about our intentions, desires, and emotional state. Mastering this art means understanding that seduction is a subtle dance of nonverbal communication, where authenticity and confidence are the true protagonists. Establishing a pleasant context is a crucial element in the art of seduction that many men often neglect. The environment where you interact can completely transform the dynamic of your encounter, creating an atmosphere conducive to deeper and more meaningful connections. Choosing the right location doesn't necessarily mean a luxurious or sophisticated environment. In fact, the secret lies in selecting spaces where the woman feels truly comfortable, relaxed, and safe. Cozy cafes, quiet parks, or places that allow for easy conversation can be much more effective than loud or artificial environments. Pressure is the greatest enemy of seduction. When you create a context where there are no immediate expectations, where the interaction flows naturally, women tend to feel more open and receptive. It is essential to make it clear, through your posture and communication, that there is no urgency or manipulative second intentions. The rhythm of the interaction also needs to be delicately orchestrated. Smooth movements, strategic pauses in conversation, and the ability to read subtle signals of her interest can completely transform the dynamic of the meeting. It's not about being passive, but about being sensitive to the moment and the emotional state of the person you're interacting with. Creating a pleasant context also involves subtle sensory elements. The tone of voice, the choice of words, the respected personal space, and the overall energy you convey help establish an atmosphere conducive to connection. Every detail matters when the goal is to create an environment where the woman feels truly at ease to explore a possible connection. Remember that women are extremely perceptive to emotional nuances. They quickly pick up when something seems forced or artificial. Hence, authenticity becomes essential. The context you create needs to reflect your true personality, devoid of masks or attempts to appear as something you are not. True seduction occurs when you can transform a simple meeting into a special experience where the woman feels valued, understood, and genuinely interesting. The ideal context is one where she can be completely herself, without judgments or pressures. Using words that awaken emotions can be compared to a delicate art, capable of creating deep bridges between two people. Imagine that each chosen word functions like a brush, painting feelings and sensations in the emotional universe of the listener. It's not about manipulation, but about genuinely connecting through communication that touches the heart. There are magic phrases that have the power to cross emotional barriers and awaken an instant connection. When you say something like, "The passion between a couple transforms everything," you're not just pronouncing empty words, but creating an atmosphere of romantic possibilities. The woman begins to imagine this transformation, this energy that can exist between you. Emotional chemistry arises when words are spoken with truth and feeling. Chemistry is what makes a relationship special, is not just a nice phrase, but an invitation to explore a unique harmony. These expressions function as keys that open doors to deep emotional universes, allowing feelings to flow naturally. It's important to emphasize that the secret doesn't lie in the mechanical repetition of these phrases, but in the authenticity with which they are shared. Tone, context, and sincerity are fundamental components for the words to gain life and create a real impact. When spoken naturally, these expressions can awaken an almost magical sensitivity in the feminine universe. Emotional connection makes desire grow, signifies much more than a catchy phrase. It symbolizes the understanding that true desire arises from psychological intimacy, from the ability to connect beyond the physical. Women deeply value this ability to communicate not just with words, but with genuine emotions. The art of using seductive words means creating an environment where feelings can breathe freely. It's not about impressing, but about revealing layers of your personality that go beyond the superficial. Each chosen phrase functions as an invitation to an emotional dance, where both can get to know each other more deeply. Mastering this technique requires sensitivity, practice, and a genuine understanding of the feminine emotional universe. There are no shortcuts or magic formulas, just the willingness to be truthful, vulnerable, and authentic in your communication. Demonstrating sincere interest represents one of the most fundamental pillars in the art of seduction. Unlike what many may think, it's not a game of conquest, but a genuine connection where you truly care about the person beside you. The first crucial step is to completely shift the focus from yourself to her. This means developing active listening skills, where every word she says is received with absolute attention. When a woman realizes that you are genuinely interested in what she is saying, something magical happens. She feels valued and special. Asking open-ended questions emerges as a powerful strategy in this process. Not those superficial and generic questions, but inquiries that demonstrate real curiosity about her story, dreams, and perspectives. Ask about what drives her, what her passions are, what makes her happy, and what her personal challenges are. The art of being a good listener goes far beyond just remaining silent. It means creating a safe space where she can express herself completely without fear of judgment. Your role is to welcome, validate her feelings, and demonstrate that you truly understand her essence. Nonverbal signals also communicate a lot about your interest. Maintain consistent eye contact, demonstrate open body language, and use facial expressions that reveal your genuine attention. A sincere smile, a nod, or an empathetic reaction can reveal much more than 1,000 words. Avoid interrupting or trying to impress with personal stories. The objective is not to compete for attention, but to create a connection where she feels completely welcomed. Every detail she shares is a gift, a window into her inner universe that deserves respect and consideration. Demonstrating sincere interest also means being willing to be vulnerable. Don't be afraid to share authentic aspects of your personality, but always keep the focus on her. True seduction occurs when you can create an environment where both feel secure to be completely truthful. Genuine connection arises when you go beyond the superficial and dive into the emotional universe of the person. It's not about techniques or strategies, but about a sincere willingness to know, respect, and value the woman in all her complexity and individuality. True seduction requires an intelligent approach that goes far beyond superficial comments about physical beauty. When a man limits himself to generic compliments about appearance, he automatically distances himself from any possibility of real and meaningful connection with a woman. Simplistic comments like, "You are beautiful," do not evoke any genuine interest. In reality, these standardized compliments convey a message of lack of depth and creativity. Women are complex beings who value being understood in their essence far more than simply being seen as objects of aesthetic admiration. The key is to direct attention to aspects that reveal intelligence, personality, and individuality. A comment highlighting her intelligence, creativity, or passion will be infinitely more attractive than any compliment related to physical attributes. Imagine valuing the sparkle in her eyes when she talks about her dreams, or recognizing how she problem solves with cunning and determination. Demonstrating emotional maturity means looking beyond the superficial. It means seeing the woman as a multidimensional being, with stories, aspirations, and complexities that far exceed her external appearance. When you can identify and comment on characteristics that reveal her essence, you create a completely different connection. True seduction occurs when you communicate that you see her in her entirety, not as an object of desire, but as a fascinating human being with layers of depth that deserve to be discovered and appreciated. An intelligent compliment can open doors to more intimate and meaningful conversations. Intelligent women quickly perceive when someone is genuinely interested or merely trying to impress superficially. They value a man's ability to see them beyond the aesthetic standards established by society. A comment that reveals careful observation and true respect can be far more seductive than 1,000 physical compliments. The art lies in balancing sincerity, subtlety, and authenticity. It's not about creating elaborate strategies, but about communicating a real interest in her individuality. When you achieve this, you awaken not only attraction, but admiration, a feeling that is much more powerful and lasting in the realm of female seduction. The rule of 3 in seduction functions as a subtle and powerful strategy to awaken female interest. It's a delicate technique that involves the strategic repetition of elements that provoke curiosity and desire without appearing insistent or invasive. Imagine seduction as a dance where each movement needs to be calculated and natural. Repetition doesn't mean being repetitive, but rather creating layers of interest that accumulate gradually. When you casually and intelligently mention something 2 or 3 times, you are planting seeds of attraction in the emotional feminine universe. This technique can be applied in various contexts. During a conversation, for instance, you can make brief comments that subtly highlight her personality or interests. An intelligent compliment about her intelligence, mentioned at different times, creates a narrative of admiration that goes beyond simple flirting. Social media also offers interesting possibilities to apply this strategy. Strategic likes, well-placed comments, and interactions that demonstrate harmony can build a presence that awakens curiosity without appearing desperate. The key lies in the naturalness and spacing of these repetitions. It's not about bombarding her with the same information, but about creating moments that connect in an almost imperceptible way. It's like composing a melody where each note complements the other, creating a seductive and engaging song. It's important to emphasize that this technique only works when authenticity is present. Women are extremely perceptive and quickly identify artificial approaches. Repetition needs to emerge from a genuine place of interest and connection. The moments of repetition should be varied and creative. It could be a comment during a date, an intelligent message, a subtle reference to something you discussed earlier. The objective is to create a sense of continuity and interest that goes beyond the momentary meeting. True seduction occurs in the details, in the subtleties, in the small gestures that communicate much more than direct words. The rule of 3 operates precisely in that delicate territory where interest builds in an almost magical way, provoking an attraction that arises from subtlety and emotional intelligence. Now it's time to tie all the ideas together and turn this knowledge into real action. Mastering the art of seduction means much more than following ready-made techniques. It represents a journey of self-discovery and genuine connection. The 7 tips shared are not magic formulas, but true keys to intelligently and respectfully awaken female interest. The secret lies in integrating each strategy with authenticity, allowing your personality to shine naturally. I invite you to try these techniques, observe the results, and above all, practice empathy and true connection. If you enjoyed the content, share it with friends and leave your experience in the comments.